Very good afternoon. Myself Dr. Ruchi Gupta, Associate Professor, IT Department. Today we will discuss cyclomatic complexity for the given program. This is also a measurement method of the software. So we need internal structure of any program or any project for evaluating the complexity of the software. So as we have discussed measurement method in my previous lecture, like size measurement method techniques like LOC, line of code, and function point analysis method. So now today we will discuss again one measurement method of software, that is cyclomatic complexity. So before cyclomatic complexity of the software, first of all we have to know that what is the control flow graph, what is DD graph, and then we have to calculate the cyclomatic complexity of the program. So what is the control flow graph? The control flow graph G is equal to NE of a program that consists of a set of node N and set of edges E. So basically, flow graph G is equal to NE, where N is the total number of nodes and E is the edges of that program. And each node, it represents a program statement, and there are 5 types of node. There is a unique entry node and unique exit node in the program. And there is an edge from node 1 to node 2 if a control may flow, if a control is passed from one node to another in an N1 to the first statement to another statement N2. Then there will be have to define it with the edge. So what is a control flow graph node? A decision node contain a conditional statement that creates 2 or more control branches, that is, for example, in the switch statement. So merge node, it usually does not contain any statement, and it is used to represent a program point where multiple control branches are merged. So statement node, it contains a sequence of statement, and that must enter from the first statement and exit the last statement. So basically we can say that in the control flow graph, the statements are directly converted into the node, and the interface between two statement, the flow of control flow from one statement to another statement, it represent by the edges in the graph. So these are some examples. Suppose this is simply a sequence statement. If we have a sequence of statement, then we have just show through this diagram. If we have a if then else condition, then we have to show through this diagram. If we have a while loop, then we have to show through this diagram. If we have a repeated until loop, then we have to show with this diagram. And we have a switch statement, then we have to show with this diagram. So these are some examples of sequence, selection, and iteration type of statements. So this is a sequence statement. If A is equal to 5, first statement is A is equal to 5, and second statement is equal to B is equal to A cross 2 minus 1. So these are simply a sequence statement. We have just write statement 1, then statement 2, and show the edge between two statements. Now the second one is an example of selection of items. So if A is greater than B, means the first statement is A is greater than B. Then C is equal to 3, then it will execute second statement. Else it will execute the third statement. And finally, in the fourth statement, it will calculate C is equal to C cross A. Now we come on the iteration method, how we can convert it into the control flow graph. So while this is our first statement, while A is greater than B, means the loop will be iterated until the A is greater than B. So B is in the second statement, we have to put B is equal to B minus 1. Then in the third statement, B is equal to B cross A. Again, we have to check the value of A and B. Again we repeat this process and finally we have to exit from the program. So these are some set of statements and their corresponding control flow graph we have easily generate with the program. So let's take one example of this control flow graph. So this is an example for computing the GSD of any program, GSD of any number. So int compute GSD xy, int xy, while x is not equal to y. If x is greater than y, then x is equal to x minus y, else y is equal to y minus y, and return x. So we have put here this is your first statement while x is not equal to y. So then it will go on to the second statement, that is if statement. If x is greater than y, then it put either x, it will calculate x is equal to x minus y, else it will calculate the y is equal to y minus y, and in the fifth the calculation value, and again it will go on to the 1. Again it will check x is greater than or equal to y, it is equal to or not equal to y, then again this process will be iterated. So we can choose some test cases and we have to put the value of x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 3 and dry run this control flow graph and finally check. So this is the process that how we can convert the program into a control flow graph. So these are the statement, these are set of statement, and these set of statements are converted in CFG in the form of node, and the flow between two statement it represent by the edge. So this is a example of conversion of program into a control flow graph. So this is another example. Draw the control flow graph for the following program. I is equal to 1, while I is not is less than equal to 1, j is equal to 1, while j is less than equal to 1. If ai of is greater than of a of j, then swapping. This is a program of swapping. J is equal to j plus 1 and I is equal to I plus 1. So you can easily convert this the control flow graph of this program also. Now we come on the DD graph. So DD graph is, we can say it is a compact version of control flow graph. So in this DD graph we have just combined the all sequence statement in a single statement, and we have just start from that point where we have to take any decision. So flow graph representation is the first path of testing. Second step is to draw the DD graph from the following flow graph. Now DD graph, it is known as decision to decision graph. Matlab it show the decision to decision paths in which we have to concentrate only on the decision node. So the nodes of the flow graph, which are a sequence, are combined into a single node. So till the time we have received a sequence node, we have just combined all these nodes and put into a single node, and where the decision will start, we have to start for the decision making node. So hence DD graph, it is a directed graph node which are sequence of statement, and edges show the control flow between two nodes. So the DD path graph, it is used to find some independent path, and it is execute all independent path at least once. So the condition with the DD path is that all the independent path, we have to execute all the path at least once. So this is the example of DD path or DD graph. This is so first statement is read xyz and type scaleness. If now we come on the third statement, that if x is equal to y or x is equal to z or y is equal to z. So type isocels. If x is equal to y and x is equal to z, then type equilateral. If, then again, because it is a ladder if condition, if x is greater than is equal to y plus z or y is greater than x plus z or x is greater than x plus y. So, and again then type not a triangle. If x is less than 0 or y less than 0 or z less than 0, then type a valid input. So we have to just convert this DD, just the a line of statement into a DD graph. So here we have seen that. Just a minute. We have seen there in this. This is the path. This is a DD graph of the following program. These are the set of statement. This is the graph for the following program. First statement, second statement, these two statements are the sequential statement, and decision is will be start from the third statement. So we have to combine all these three into a single node. So we can say we will start from the decision node in the DD graph. This is the only difference between control flow graph and DD graph. Now, what is cyclomatic complexity? Cyclomatic complexity is a software metric that is used to measure the complexity of a given program. So, if we have a program, then we can calculate the measure the complexity of that program. And the metric measure independent path through the program source code. So, we have just find out the total number of independent paths in the program. So, independent path, it is defined as a path that had, what is independent path? Independent path is defined as a path that has at least one edge which has not been traversed before it any of the path. It means we can say that we have at least each and every edge is to be traversed at least once. So, cyclomatic complexity can be calculated by respect to the modules or classes within the program. Cyclomatic complexity, it is also known as structural complexity of the program because it gives internal view of the code. So, for more complicated program, it is not easy to determine the number of independent path of the program. So, when we have to consider a large project or a very complicated program, it is not easy to determine the number of independent path. So, we have to use here Machiavelli's cyclomatic complexity that defines the total number of linear independent path through a program. So, we have just to calculate the total number of independent path through a program through this Machiavelli's cyclomatic complexity method. So, this metric provides a practical view of determining the maximum number of linear independent path in a program. So, the Machiavelli metric does not directly identify the linear independent path, but it informs approximately that how many paths look for. So, these are various methods for calculating the cyclomatic complexity for the given program. So, the first method is given a control flow graph. If control flow graph is given of a program, then complexity can be computed as it is equal to Vg is equal to E minus n plus 2p, where E is the total number of edges, n is the total number of nodes, and p is the connected components in a program. So, E is the number of edges in the control flow and n is the total number of nodes. Method 2 is an alternate way of computing the complexity of the program. That is, Vg is equal to total number of bounded area plus 1. So, in this program, the control flow graph, any region that enclosed by the node and edges can be called as the bounded area. As we will see in the example that how we can calculate this complexity. And method 3, the complexity of a program, it can also be easily computed by computing the total number of decision statement in the program. So, if total number of decision in the program is n, then metric is equal to n plus 1. So, if we have to calculate the complexity in any of the method, the complexity will remain same. So, these are some properties of cyclomatic complexity. Vg is always greater than equal to 1, means the complexity of a given program is always greater than or equal to 1 because we have at least one statement in the program. Vg is the maximum number of independent path in the graph. So Vg, we calculate the total number of independent path in the program. So it is maximum number of independent path in the program. Inserting and deleting the statement, it does not affect Vg. G has only one path if Vg is equal to 1, and if we have to insert a new row in G, it increased by the unity, and Vg's depend only on the decision structure. So we have take the same example of the control flow graph for calculating the complexity of this program. So this is a same program for a GCD of find out the GCD of the given number. So we have just convert this program into the, first we have to convert this program into CFG, control flow. As we have seen here, this is a program and we have just converted it into the CFG. Now we have to calculate the complexity of this program. So with method 1, the formula is Vg is equal to E minus n plus 2p. So now we calculate the total number of edges here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 5 edges here, and the total number of nodes here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the formula is edge minus node, 7 minus 6, plus here the value of connected component is 1 because there is only one component here. So the value is 1. So the complexity of this program is 3. Now we can also see here from entry to exit there are only 3 independent paths. One is here 1 to 6, second is 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 6, and another one is a 1, 2, 3, 5, 1 and 6. So we have just here 3 total number of independent path here. Again with the second method, the total number of bounded area here, this is one closed loop and this is another closed loop. So bounded area plus 1 means the value is 3. So same answer will be we have to receive from both methods. Again with the third method, we have to count the total number of decision statement in the given program. So first decision has been taken here while, and second decision is if. So again calculate, this is also 3. With the third method it is also 3. Now the total number of independent path of this program is equal to 3. So the first path is 1, 6, second is 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 6, and third is 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 6. So 1 is a entry criteria and 6 is a exit criteria of this program. So we can calculate the cyclomatic complexity of any program with the help of any of the method which we have seen here, method 1, method 2 and method 3. So how we can calculate? We have just first of all we have a set of statement, that is program. Then we have to convert this program into a control flow graph. Then we have to calculate the complexity by the given methods and find out the total number of independent paths from source to destination or from entry to exit criteria. So it should be equal to with all 3 methods. So this is another program. For example, in this figure, A is your entry criteria and F is your exit criteria. So the complexity for this given example is equal to Bg is equal to, we have just count the total number of edges first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 9 edges and 8, and the total number of nodes here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So nodes are 6 and the value of connected component is 1 because this is only one component. So we have just calculate this E minus N plus P. So here we receive 5. The value is 5. If we have to put another formula, another method, the total number of bounded area. So bounded area is 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounded area plus 1. The complexity will be 5. Again, if we have to take decision, first decision, then second decision, then third decision and fourth. So again the value will be 5. So we can easily count the total number of independent path in this figure. So first is ACF, ACF. Second is ADCF. Second is, this is ADCF, then ABEF, ABEF. Then path 4, A, B, E, B, E, A, D, C, F. This is ABE, ACF or ABE, A, B, E, F. And next one is the ABE, BEF. So, this is another example for calculating the cyclomatic complexity of a given program or given control flow graph. So, either we have a program or we have a control flow graph, and with the help of if we have a program, then we first convert it into the CFG, then calculate the complexity, and if we have a CFG, then directly we have to calculate the complexity and calculate the total number of independent paths. So, this is a method of find out the complexity of the given program with the help of cyclomatic complexity method. Thank you very much.